Mortal Kombat gets a huge esports opportunity. Chris G's past gets brought up again, and Tweety goes bananas? Good afternoon, I'm Oliver Closeoff, and this is Shujinkydink. As always, if you are new to these parts, we do a weekly news show, or whenever there's big news, and if there's no news, we do not do a show at all. So make sure to subscribe to get the notifications, and let's get on with the show. Our top story, Beyond the Summit, announced that they are doing a Mortal Kombat event. Very few details have been announced. They have dropped a trailer for it, and already people are speculating like crazy. And of course, leading the way is none other than the NRS villain himself, Tweety. No official details have been released, so nobody knows for sure what exactly is going on. But the rumor going around that seems to be consistent with the Summit events is that they've chosen 10 players to play in the event, and 6 people are going to be voted in. Tweety posted this list that he claims is the leaked list, the real list. Like I said, nothing has been officially confirmed yet, so everything could change. So he says that the invited players were Sonic, Dragon, DJT, Chris G, Tyrant, King, Forever King, Hayate, Tekken Master, Foxy, and Scar. Apparently no Katana Prime on commentary, no Rewind, and he's complaining that Chris G and Tyrant are in. No qualifiers and 6 people get voted in. Voting eligibility will require some type of NRS results. So, that's his leak. He seems pretty confident about it. I challenged him on it, and he challenged me to a PayPal bet, saying that he bets it's the real list, and I said no, I'm not a betting man, I don't gamble. Following that up, Tweety did say, I'm low-key scared people like Maximilian, Justin Wong, Chris G, Sherry Gen X will get summit spots for MK11. It's whatever though, even if that happens there will still be Combo Breaker, CEO, EVO, and whatever Pro Series NRS does for MK11. Now, all of these comments actually started quite a kerfuffle on Tweety's Twitter. I don't have time to go through all of it today, but he gets into it with pretty much everybody and starts to go kind of from villain to emotionally charged competitor that's salty he wasn't invited. I love Tweety. I think if there is a voting process, he'll get voted in no problem. Don't think it's anything to worry about, but he seemed a little concerned off the bat. Chris G responded to Tweety by saying, man, there's so many things that I can say, but I will hold my tongue. Instead, I will say this. I am a 2-time NRS EVO medalist and have won countless number of NRS locals, majors, and events. I've tested 3 games for them as well. Support? Who are you? Stop. Now, after that whole kerfuffle, somebody else had an issue with Chris G. That's no other than NRS's sweetheart, Llumiya herself, who made this tweet later on that day. As someone who sees the benefit of having players with massive outreach, I'm still very surprised to see Chris G on the list for MK11 Summit. This isn't because he's not considered NRS, but because he has a history of racism and sexism. What a poor way to represent the community. So these were comments that Chris G had said, I believe, a couple years ago. Whether or not he apologized for them, I do not know, or referenced them at all. As of this point, I haven't seen any tweets from Chris G where he even acknowledges this being brought up again. I'll see if I can find a little close-up of what it is exactly that he said. I'll link to the tweet down below if you want to get a little bit more information about what exactly went down. Don't really want to put it in the video for reasons, but it's not a great look for Mr. G. So lastly, we get to my opinion, which I'm not usually supposed to give, but I'm going to give it anyways. If this list is legitimate, I am absolutely happy with it. I have no issues at all. I think all of these players are hype. All of them deserves to be here. You have representatives from all over the place, all sorts of regions in the United States. You have one Canadian. You have Tekken Master from the UAE, I believe, and Foxy from Europe. I think it's a very balanced list. I have no issues at all. I get why people have issues with Tyrant, because outside of MK9 he didn't really have the greatest results and wasn't really around much. That being said, people seem to get really hyped for Tyrant whenever he plays anything. He always seems to play these wacky characters and just does insane things that nobody really expects with them. And he's a solid player all around. Do I think that he deserves a spot in there? Probably not really. There's probably somebody better you could put in there. But other than that, I think it's fine. The whole Chris G not earning a spot because of, you know, like he mentioned, he has results, and he was in the original MK9 top 8. And these Beyond the Summit things, really, they seem to kind of, you know, have hype players and legends and stuff like that. And Chris G definitely is a legend in as far as gameplay-wise goes with NRS. As far as the comments that he made that were quite controversial and that I don't really want to repeat, I really hope that he has addressed it, apologized as best he can, and tried to be a better person since then. What he said was really, really intense, and it's really hard not to judge somebody on words that strong. But like I said, I'll link it down below. I just don't want to include it in the video. But yeah, gameplay-wise, he has the results to go in, so be pretty interesting to see. And if it is true that there is a voting round, if you follow me on Twitter, I did tweet out who I think the 6 would have the best shot at getting in based on the amount of votes that they could generate, their following, that kind of thing. Honeybee, Biohazard, I would be absolutely shocked beyond belief if they didn't get in. Then I got Perfect Legend, Gur, Silver Eye, and MK Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady, everyone just wants to see him compete again, so I think that he'll get voted in no problem. Silver Eye is absolute beast. Everybody loves Gur. It's impossible not to like Gur, so I think that he'll get some votes as well. And Perfect Legend does have a pretty good cult following and is an MK9 legend, so you know, that's my list of my probable votes. I mean, my wish list, which is different from who I think will actually get in. I definitely have Honeybee and Biohazard both on there. I definitely want Tweety out there as well. Tom Brady, I definitely want, and there's a lot of players that come to mind, but at the same time, nothing has been announced officially. This is all just speculation, so I don't know if there's certain qualifications that someone has to meet in order to get voted on. Maybe I'm, you know, eligible to be voted on. I don't know. Would you guys vote for me? I would. I'd vote for me. Dink for Prime Minister. How about that? We got an election coming up in Canada. Maybe I should start campaigning towards that. I really shouldn't. That's a bad idea. But that's it for this episode of Shujinkydink. What are your thoughts on everything that transpired today? What do you think? What's going through that little head of yours? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because it really helps me out, and subscribe, because we make new videos every single day. #Bonox, all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.